So thank you for everybody for watching this video on the New Palestine Early College Program. My name is Nicholas Mitchner. I am the assistant principal at New Palestine High School and one of the administrators that oversees early college here. I am joined by Dr. Kevin Maurer and Mr. Whitaker. Dr. Maurer, if you want to go ahead and kind of introduce yourself, and then Mr. Whitaker.
Thank you. I work for Vincennes University as an assistant dean of instruction. I supervise 3 early colleges at New Pal, Center Grove, and Perry Meridian. And I really do a lot of the work connecting the school, the Vincennes University, to the high school. And I'm really looking forward to talking more about my favorite topic, which is early college.
And I am Trent Whitaker. I'm the director of the guidance department at New Palestine High School and also in charge of all students that are in the early college program. So I'll be working with those students to get their schedules set. And if they decide to do a Indiana College Core or an associate's degree, we will get them where they want to be.
We'll kind of explain the difference between the two here in this presentation, the Indiana College Core and the associate's degree. But just to kind of quickly talk a little bit about the program, it's an opportunity for students to be enrolled in dual credit classes and earn college credit while in high school. So not only will they be working towards their high school diploma, whether that's an honors diploma or Core 40 diploma, but they'll also be earning college credits while they're here, all the way up to a 60 credit hour associate degree, if that's what students want to do. So that it's basically 2 years of credit towards a bachelor's degree is what that is, because it's about 60 credit hours, or it is 60 credit hours. So there's a lot of benefits to this program for sure. Who we kind of target for the program, they're not really just straight A students. We don't necessarily, this program is meant for students who are motivated. They're good students, good discipline record, good attendance, maybe first generation college students, really trying to get that college going experience for students who may not have had that opportunity otherwise, or maybe they're the first in their family to go to college. Maybe they could use some financial assistance to go to college. So we're really targeting anybody that is motivated and that really wants to get a jump start on this college going experience. I know Dr. Maurer, Mr. Whitaker, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope, that's exactly right.
Awesome. So what it means to be in early college, classes are going to be taught by New Palestine High School teachers. We have teachers that are credentialed to teach these dual credit classes. And so they've gotten their education, they've gone back to be credentialed. And so they teach high school classes and these dual credit classes as well. Students aren't necessarily choosing a major. They're really just kind of the prerequisite courses that lead into any major. And these credits can transfer to any public university within the state and even kind of outside the state. We've had some success with some of these credits transferring to public schools outside of Indiana as well. I know, Dr. Maurer, you have worked with a couple of students, or more than a couple of students, in trying to get some credits transferred. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Especially from New Pal, we've sent kids really around the Midwest to both private and public schools. And there's a real push to get students on campus, especially as we're coming out of COVID, hopefully. So a lot of the colleges are making their policies much more generous as students come in once they've already earned the credit. So Michigan State, Toledo, University of West Virginia, Florida Atlantic, all those are places that we've worked with, as well as a lot of the private schools here in Indiana, because with IU and Purdue accepting the credits, there's a lot of pressure on the private schools to accept them as well.
And they're New Palestine High School students in the early college program. It's not necessarily a separate building or a separate school. It's kind of a school within a school. They're still MPHS students who eat in the cafeteria, same activities. We've got early college students that are in band, they're in choir. So it's not like they're completely separate. They do have a cohort that they're in where they are going to have some separate activities, but it's not like they're completely separate or any different from any other New Palestine High School student. So one thing to expect, or a couple things to expect in early college, though, is there's definitely going to be an increase in expectations. There's already, for students coming into high school, the expectation that, there's going to be more homework, but that's going to be especially true for early college. There's going to be some more homework. There is going to be an increase in rigor in some of the coursework. And so that's going to be an expectation for our students to be successful, is they're going to have to be motivated to do the work. There is support available. We do have on-site tutors available, and students are really they're part of a cohort where they can support each other. There's supports that can be presented or happen for the entire cohort. So they're not left on their own by any means, but it is an expectation that students are going to be motivated and they're going to work hard, because these are college level classes that they are taking in high school. So that's something to be just kind of cognizant about when applying for this program. There's definitely some advantages, the ease of transition from high school to college, because they're getting that experience of college level coursework in high school, a head start on college career, and definitely flexibility in scheduling in college. Aside from, also the cost benefits, which we'll get to here in just a minute, but there are some significant cost benefits as well for the early college program. You can see here, the cost is $25 per credit hour when taught by one of the MPHS teachers. It's $75 per credit hour when taught by a university adjunct, which we have a couple courses that are taught by a university professor. But for the most part, most of our courses are taught by New Palestine High School teachers. So if you have a 3 credit hour course, it's going to be $75 to get those 3 credit hours, which is a significant cost advantage for anybody that's been to college, or anybody who knows how much college is. That is a significant savings for sure. Even the $75 per credit hour is a significant savings. And there is no cost to students that qualify for the federal free reduced lunch program. So if you have a student and you're wondering if you can afford that, but they qualify for the free reduced lunch, they will not have to pay those credits. There will be some miscellaneous book fees as well. Just like with high school courses, there's going to be some books that are going to have to be purchased. But still, with the savings, with the $25 per credit hour, it's definitely a significant cost savings for sure. You can kind of take a look here at some of the cost savings New Palestine High School Early College has compared to IUPUI and Purdue University, just two universities we picked. You've got $2,200 versus $16,000 and $20,000. So that's a significant savings for that number of credit hours that can be for the associate's degree. For the 60 credit hours, that's a significant savings. So it's definitely a highly sought after program. And this is definitely one of the main reasons for that, for sure. We get a lot of questions about AP versus dual credit and what that means, and really what the difference between the two are. And so Mr. Whitaker and Dr. Maurer, I'm going to ask you to kind of help me with this as well, just so we can all kind of explain what this is. But AP and honors classes are going to be different in a couple ways. Number one being AP classes and honors courses. Those are going to be your weighted classes. Those are going to be the students that are taking the AP test at the end of the year through College Board. That's how those college credits are earned, is they take the AP exam at the end of the year. We have some courses that are offered in AP that aren't in dual credit, and vice versa. So, and then with early college, these credits are earned not from a test, but from passing the course over the course of the entire semester. So students that are in the main cohort for the associate's degree are going to get 60 hours. They earn those not necessarily just from one test, but from completing and being successful in the entire course throughout the entire semester. So, and we do offer 2 paths. We have the associate's degree, which is 60 hours, and then the Indiana College Core, which is for students who are only wanting to do about 1 year of college, which is 30 credit hours. So Dr. Maurer, Mr. Whitaker, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, and they're not, not to that exactly, but that isn't mutually exclusive. So students in the early college program can take AP courses, but because the credit is different, you're earning it from a test in May rather than a grade you earn. Many of our students that I'm familiar with tend to go towards the dual credit because it's just a grade-based earning rather than test-based. So that's the big thing there. And we also advise them and work with Mr. Whitaker closely on what pathway they're going to take based on the major they're interested in pursuing. So some majors, it's better to pursue the ICC and some majors, it's better to pursue the associates. So it just depends kind of on their major. But I think you hit it right on the head in that the biggest difference between the two is how you earn the credit. And the other difference, there are tests in early college courses, but they're just a part of the syllabus that every public university in Indiana and most of the schools really around the country follow for the base classes that we offer. So the power in early colleges, you're following the same syllabus as they do at IU or Purdue or Ball State or UIndy. Everybody has the same syllabus. Whereas in AP, there's a syllabus, but it's really about that test. So it's grade-based versus test-based.
That is the biggest difference between the AP and dual credit. It's kind of how you earn those credits. But when it comes to high school students wanting to, bump up their GPA, the dual credit classes in the early college program are not. Some of them are, but the majority of them are not weighted, so you don't get that 0 point or 0.001 bump like you would in an AP class. So if you've got a student like what we mentioned earlier, we're not looking for those straight A kids. We're looking for kids that want to go to college, but at the same time, they may at the end of high school, decide, I'm not sure if I want to go, but having 30 credits under your belt will kind of give them the push to possibly finish an associate's degree in a year or two. So if you're looking for your kid to be in the top 10 or the valedictorian, the early college pathway is not for your student, just based on they will not be able to get to that 4.25 like your valedictorians usually get to.
Awesome.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, so Mr. Whitaker, if you can kind of talk through what students who are in the early college program and get accepted to the program, what their schedule looks like.
Yeah, we'll be heading to the junior high here towards the end of February, early March to discuss scheduling for all students, and this will be definitely a part of it. So we'll hopefully have those students who are going to decide to be part of the early college program, and we can get their schedule set. But every student's going to take English. That's usually an English 9. It could be an honors. Everybody's going to take math. That's algebra 1, unless they've taken algebra 1 in 8th grade, then they'll take geometry or algebra 2. Science-wise, you'll take biology, world history. So those are kind of the core classes, along with a world language that is a huge part of the credits that you get in the early college program. So you'll take Spanish is the option that we have for the early college program. Then you'll have 2 dual credit classes your first year, study skills 103, 106 for 5 credit hours, and then a computer class 110 for the 3 credit hours. And you still have that one elective for whether you want to take choir or band. So a lot of times people say, hey, I can't do that, or it doesn't work out in your schedule. It can, it is some work, and like I said, the rigor and the we're looking for those kids that want to work and do well in class. So that's the basics of what the college or the 9th grade schedule would look like. And every single class that they take throughout the early college program is going to get them towards a high school diploma. Obviously that's what we're here for first and foremost, is getting a high school diploma, but anything they can add on top of that college-wise is just a bonus. So every class they take will count towards the core 40. And honestly, I would say probably 95% of our students that make it through the early college program are on the academic honors diploma track.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Whitaker. So the application process, definitely for students, they want to check their school email. It is going to be sent to them, and we are also going to send it to parents and guardians. So we'll get into more details about that here in just a minute. But here are some of the qualifications to be an early college program student. So we're looking for students that have that desire to be involved in at least the 30 credit certificate, the Indiana College Core, or the 60 credit degree program from Vincennes University. And the reason why I would say that is because we do have options where students can take dual credit classes to earn dual credits individually, but as part of the cohort, we're really looking at first for those students that are going to really benefit and work towards the 30 credit certificate and the 60 credit degree program. So those are going to be the students that we really look at. We are going to look at academics and grades, just GPA, as you can see. We're going to look at attendance. We're going to look at discipline. So we are looking for students that are going to be academically they're going to be good, they're going to be motivated, they're going to work hard. They don't have significant discipline concerns, things like that. So, and really appreciate the experience that they're getting. We're looking for students that are going to appreciate just what the early college program can do for them, really be involved in the program. So the timeline is going to be the application is going to be sent to parents, guardians, and students of 8th graders. There will be a due date listed on the application. All of that information, the specific date for the last day to apply is going to be in an email you'll receive sometime in mid-February. We'll take a look at teacher surveys and collect some data on the students that have applied. And we will also set up interviews for our applicants if we're able to do that. And where we'll actually go to the junior high and we will interview each of the students that have applied about why they want to be in the program. And then early March, we hope to have selections that will be made. And then we'll start looking at cohorting those students and getting their schedules built. Again, all of this information is going to be sent in an email with the application. It'll be in the email that you get with this video. So you'll have all of that. Same thing, we are going to have a Q&A night. So after you watch this video, you might have some questions. That's also going to be communicated to you as well. We'll have a night where the 3 of us are available it'll be virtual, where you can log in and you can ask questions. Don't be shy, because honestly, a question you have is probably a question somebody else has as well. So last time we did this, we also sent out an FAQ document. So if we get some really good questions, we can send that out to applicants as well. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to look at this video and to get information about the early college program. On the screen here, you'll see our name and our contact information. Feel free to use that. If you have any questions, you can reach out to any of us, and we are happy to help answer any questions or any concerns that you may have. So, Dr. Maurer, Mr. Whitaker, do you have anything you want to add?
You don't.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you both for being here as well. And we look forward to introducing our next class of early college graduates. Thanks.
Thank you.